What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have, well, all sorts of stuff to do today. You'll notice that my bumpers are not on the car. That's because I accidentally ripped them off in a parking lot. Those little bump stops at the end of the car park so you don't ram into a wall. Yeah, I went over it. I'm not used to how low my car is. And then essentially when I reversed out, it pulled the bumper with it. I ruined the tabs a little bit. They're not too bad. I might just have to grab some washers and then I should be able to run nuts through it. So that'll be definitely reusable. The major thing is the paint's really bad on this one. So I figured today is, well, probably the best chance I'll get to redo this. I might throw the front lip on and then see how it sits on the car, because this guy has no fog light holes. Well, this one does there. So I figured why not see the no fog light holes, see how it looks. Aside from that, we've got the Accord. Little update on our Accord. You'll notice that our headliner has been fixed. It's a little dark, I know, but our headliner's done. I did say I was gonna do it. It's probably a little bit above my skill grade to make a really nice clean finish. So I figured why not get someone to come do it, because it wasn't outrageously priced and it needed to be done. So I figured getting someone to do that side of things would be the best. If I was gonna wrap it a whole new color, then I'd be comfortable pulling the whole thing out and doing it myself, but I just wanted an OEM looking finish, so that's why I got someone to do it. Aside from that, we've got some brakes to do on the Accord today, and we still have our paint scratches down the side, but aside from that, we need to give this thing a good wash and it's pretty much done. So not heaps to do on the Accord, fortunately. It just needs a really good clean. But our main job today, sorting out our bumpers, because currently the Civic, well, it desperately needs one. And another potential for today is removing our fender liners. Obviously this guy is absolutely chewed up. This was done way before any videos were made on this thing. I believe I just didn't have them bolted in properly or like fixed properly, and then they just tore through with my old tires. So these are definitely coming out, because I'll turn corners and these things will sort of, you can hear them like sort of touching the wheels every now and then. So I figured why not get rid of it. It's probably time to do so, essentially, especially because I'll be getting some new wheels that will be bigger than these, so it's probably best to have them out of the way when I can. But aside from that, the Civic's been driving insanely well. Of course, we got our touchscreen head unit in there. This thing has been absolutely amazing, by the way. It's fantastic. The climate controls are working as well. I actually need to get my AC regassed as well. I still haven't done that. So that will be hopefully done in the next week or so. Our ECU is still just chilling on the floor. I'm thinking of cutting a hole in the back there so I can mount it in the glove box, because I think it'd look a lot better than just lying it on the floor, and probably a little bit safer too. So we've got a few things to do today, mainly starting with our painting, so I think we're going to go ahead and jump to that. Right, I'm going to attempt to paint this now. Keyword being attempt. It should come out good enough, maybe. That's spraying a bit funny. I run out I didn't really have much to begin with, but that's it. Okay. I was really close though, but now I do have another primer filler. It's not specifically meant for plastics, but it's the only one I've got, and I'm too lazy to go to the store to get more. So I think what I'll do is I'll let this dry and then finish the last spots with this guy here. So I did get a majority of everything done. So yeah, not too bad. She's a little thin on this side, but I ran out before I could do the indents there in our middle. So not too bad. I'm gonna let her dry, then I'll use our filler primer just to do the inside and fill out the thin spots, because there's really not much that side. This side's not too bad. Overall, I'm pretty happy with that. I think it looks not too bad. So we'll let that dry, we'll touch up, and then we'll get ready for our color coat there. We're gonna give our color a try. Yep, that's our first coat. I probably should have bought another one, because I feel like one's not going to be enough to get a decent finish on it. So we'll try our best and see how we go. Got none left. It's pretty decent. Obviously I couldn't paint this. I have no paint left. I just wanted to get the main faces done, and that's not too bad. I think the color wise it's pretty spot on. Obviously it doesn't have the shine yet because I haven't put the clear coat on, but that's not too bad. I wish I had another can of color, but I do not. So I'm pretty happy with that out of one can, so that's not too bad. We'll let it dry now. Obviously it's not going to be perfect, but we'll just have to make do with what we've got. I've got some clear coat to put on top once that's dry, so we're going to let it sit for a minute. Then we'll go ahead and chuck our clear coat on. Once that's on, clear coat's dry, we'll give it a test fit on the Civic. I have bought some washers and new nuts to hopefully make it sit on the car a lot better, because the mounts are pretty torn up on both of these bumpers, but we'll make do. So we'll let this sit and let it dry. It's been several days since that last clip, but it's time for clear. Alright, our bumper is over there drying, so now we're going to jump onto our brake pads for the Accord. I think my jack's dying, it sounds very funky. Alright, our wheel is off, and these came with the car, so I'm just going to throw them in. There we go, now you can see what's going on. Now I think about it, it's probably easier to take the bottom one out and flip it up, because the brake line's going to stop me. Well, it'd be nice to know for next time at least. Also, I think last week I hit 100 subs, so thank you. I think I'm at like 110 now, so I appreciate it. All right, there we go. A little bit of life left in them, not heaps, but a little bit. we go, simply push back in. Same on the inside, and then we want to wind back our, so show you, we want to wind back our piston or push this back in so we can fit it over our fresh pads. So we'll do that now. Typically you'll use one of these guys, and you'll normally just use like an old brake pad. Essentially you'll just use these two to push and wind out the piston inside. All right, that's going to be our setup, and we simply get on this, and you're normally able to do this by hand, but you're going to wind back that piston slowly but surely, and it should be fully seated back by the time you're done. So we'll go ahead and do that now. Yeah. Just like that, it is now nice and flush, and it should go straight back over. And then obviously once you tighten it back up, done on all fours, you'll hit the brakes and it'll push the piston so it's back to clamping force on those fresh pads there. As simple as that. Our first front brakes are done. We'll simply rinse and repeat. We'll throw those on the front. You've got slightly small ones for the rear, but same process. So we'll go ahead and finish that and get it back on the floor. Sick. And just like that, we've got fresh pads all around. Not a whole heap to do left with our cord now. Obviously, we've got a big old wash and interior clean. Our headliner is nice and clean, but there's still like a lot of dirt marks everywhere, and just overall needs a good wash up. But aside from that, I think we've got the reflector to place down here because it fell out somewhere along the way. And then these scratch marks along the side there, but not too bad. My hands are incredibly dirty now. I've got the bumper over there, and that I'm just gonna have to leave overnight to dry. The nights are getting a little cold, so doing clear coat's getting hard because you can't really do it when it's cold because it'll start to cloud up and it'll look terrible. So I have to do what I can with the weather I've got. With that being said, that is gonna do us for today. Once again, thank you very much for hitting 100 subs. I think 110 now, but nonetheless, thank you very much. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Keep watching. If you haven't already, subscribe, like the video, and we'll see you next time.